In this video, we will walk through the first steps an instructor typically takes when setting up their WebWork course shells. We give a brief navigation orientation, discuss default passwords, edit the course information panel, and set items in the course configuration menus. Your WebWork course exists at an address like the one in the address bar here, webwork.pcc.edu/webwork2, and then an identifier for your specific course. Perhaps you've been emailed this address, or perhaps it was automatically created for you by D2L. Please note that you can always see all of the active WebWork courses by visiting webwork.pcc.edu and scrolling until you find the course that you are looking for. Your username should be the same as you use for MyPCC. For me, that's alex.jordan. Your initial password is most likely your G number with a capital G. Note that in some cases, it may be an older password you've used with WebWork before. And if Desire to Learn initialized your course for you, it may be something else entirely. When you log into WebWork, you find yourself at the Homework Sets page, which is the landing page for a WebWork course. This course doesn't have any homework sets yet, that's why there's nothing in this list. Perhaps the first thing that you'll want to do after logging in for the first time is change your password. To do that, visit User Settings in the panel on the left, where you can change your password. I don't need to change mine, so I will skip that step. While you're here, verify that your email address is your pcc.edu email address. I recommend that you use the PCC email address for FERPA reasons, since you'll be communicating with students using this using WebWork through this address. There are a few other options that we don't need to discuss right now. When you're done, you may change user settings by clicking that button. I will now return to the Homework Sets page. Next, we will edit the Course Info panel on the right. This panel is where you can provide students with some basic information for the course, like your name, if it's a face-to-face class, when and where you meet, when you expect homework to normally be due, etc. To edit this information, click Edit. You find yourself in a text editor which has a file open containing HTML content. If you're not familiar with HTML, don't worry. You want to find places like for face-to-face classes, put meeting time here, and describe as you would like to describe when and where your class meets. There are places where you can leave a paragraph of information for your student down below. And if you are familiar with HTML, then rest assured you can put any valid HTML in here and see it in the resulting page. When you're done, make sure that the Update tab is selected and click to take action. This will take you back to the course information panel, and you can see now that information that you've edited is present. Lastly, I'm going to take us to the course configuration menu. It's near the bottom of the nav panel on the left. Please note that there are several categories of course configuration settings that you could go through: general, optional modules, permissions, display, problem display and answer checking, and email settings. There are many configuration settings available to you. Most of them you would have no reason to change. For the few that are a little more interesting that you may want to play with your course, future videos will look at those features in detail. That's the end of this video. In our next video, we will discuss how to enroll your students into your WebWork course and other related topics pertaining to student enrollment.